Are you thinking about going back to college? I'm going to share 5 reasons why middle-aged adults should consider college. And at the end of this video, I'll give you 5 reasons that you most definitely should not go back to college. I had a client who ran a gas station in California, a state that's really in favor of electrical vehicles, not so much gas vehicles. And so he read the future and was like, all right, the days of my gas station are numbered. I need to find another career. And he'd always dreamed of becoming a lawyer, but he'd never gone to college and never gotten a bachelor's degree. So he came to me as a client to try to get my help to be able to graduate so he could go on to law school. And changing careers is the most common reason that adults go back to college. Some of them, tried school at some point and dropped out, which is normal because like 40% of people do that, or they just never went. And then some of them end up taking a sucky job, or the job becomes sucky, or they just didn't realize how sucky the job would be, but they just kind of assume this is normal, and so they stick with it and keep working in a job that sucks for a really long time. 10 to 20 years later, they realize this sucks, but their dream job requires a bachelor's degree. And so like my soon-to-be graduated client, they end up deciding to go back, and that is a great reason. I had a client who was a very successful vice president of a really big company. He'd actually worked his way up from the bottom almost to the top without a bachelor's degree. But when he looked around the room at the other VPs, he realized that if he was going to take those last few steps in his career, he probably should get a college degree. So he came to me, we did a consultation, and within 6 months, he was graduated. And a lot of people find themselves in this position. They, are applying for a job they really want, and they look around and they realize, wow, everybody else who's applying for this job has a college degree. Or maybe you work at a company with a really stupid rule where to get promoted to a certain level, you have to have a college degree. It doesn't matter work experience or time at the company or skills or anything else like that. We just need a degree for some reason. But even if that rule is stupid, there is a solution, and a very good reason to go back to college is to be able to break through what we call the paper ceiling, even if the paper ceiling itself is incredibly stupid. I worked with another guy who ran a really successful business that he'd started himself and really succeeded without a college degree, but he started looking at his kids' lives and he realized, man, if my kids go to college, they will have it so much easier than me. And so he would tell them, hey, you should go to college. And they'd be like, well, Dad, you succeed and you didn't have to. And so he decided to set an example for his kids. He, in his 50s, was going to go back to college. And so he and I worked together for about a year, and he graduated and now is able to look at his kids and say, if I did it and if I valued it at age 50 when I didn't need it, how much more should you value it? Kids pay attention to how we spend our time. And if you want to communicate to your kids the importance of education, going back to school is a great way to do that. I worked with another guy in his 60s who had a really successful career and was in an awesome retirement, but he'd never gotten that degree. And whenever he thought about it, he always felt a little bit empty, like there was something missing. He really wanted recognition for the skills and knowledge that he had earned. And he had kind of grown up and gone through his career with that lack of a degree in the back of his mind. And it was always something that he wished he could have done, but was always too busy for. Now that he was retired, he all of a sudden had more free time, and he started to see this college degree as like a lifetime achievement for him, something he could look back and say, man, I am so glad that I did that. And the cool thing about going back to college in your 60s and older is that you have a lot of life experience and a lot of knowledge to work with. So when I worked with this guy, we helped him match up what he'd done with different ways of earning credit. So he was actually able to graduate super fast, like in under a year, and he got a lot of credit for the things that he already knew. And I know for him, it felt really nice to have that affirmation from society and at large for that. So while you don't have to prove anything to anyone, getting a degree is an awesome achievement. And if you can afford it and want to, I say go for it. Recently on this channel, I did an interview with Allie, who's a contractor who works in the field of oil and gas. That field is sometimes super up and sometimes super down. And so there'll be times when she's really, really busy, has a lot going on, is making good money, and there'll be times where it just dries up and there is nothing to do. Well, she just recently had a kid, and so she's been wanting a little bit more career stability. She's wanting to build in a safety net, and a bachelor's degree can be a great way to do that. And in fact, she watched this channel and earned this degree in just 8 months, which is Awesome. And now Allie has options because college degrees oftentimes open us up to jobs that are a little bit more stable, a little bit more 9 to 5. And so if things get really slow, she might be able to switch to another job. Or if she's just tired of the career going like this up and down, then she can move on to something else. If any of these reasons feel super motivating to you and you're ready to take the next steps towards college graduation, I say do it. And the thing is you don't have to spend 4 to 6 years doing it and spend $50,000, which is about the average cost of an online degree. College Hacked, we help people graduate quickly and inexpensively so they can build a career that they love. Our average client graduates in under 12 months and for under $8,000. We help our clients build their goals, pick the perfect college, find the perfect major, build a step-by-step plan that'll get them all the way to graduation, and we make it as stress-free as possible. We'd love to help you too, and if you're looking for the 5 bad reasons to go back to college, motivations that are not good reasons, then you can check out this video right there. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy hacking.